Hey, welcome back to Score on Business, and remember to check out scorenashville.org because we want to help you succeed. So we're still with Shelly Gary, and Shelly, what are the most important concepts for improving engagement and retention?
What I've seen in businesses that are really succeeding in engagement and retention is the owner knows their culture and does not really negotiate that culture. So what that means is they know how to interview. So they will not let anybody in the organization that is not going to be a good fit for the culture. So, you know, when I hear an owner say, I just need people. I need to hire people. I've just got to, it doesn't matter. I've just got to get them in here. That is like nails on a chalkboard because we all know how that ends up.
Right.
It's going to take a lot of time wasted and a lot of frustration, which brings obviously the culture down. So, you know, a great solution for that, what they really mean is, I need these tasks to be done. And so that's way different than I just need to hire people.
Right.
And I've seen a great solution for this is through using temp agencies.
Yeah. You pay more per hour, but boy, is that the smart money.
Absolutely. And in the example I gave earlier where we were brought into a company that was wanting to be sold, we actually, as soon as we started changing the dynamics from a siloed to team dynamic, a lot of employees left. Either on their own regard or were helped out of the company. And what we did, we used a temp agency to come in and just bring us employees. And as we saw, if they did fit, they could stay, and if they don't fit with the culture that we were trying to create, then we could just call and say—
Or if they weren't willing to change.
Exactly. Then we could just call and say, hey, send us some more people that could help. And we ended up building a team that lived through the acquisition, which was great.
Yeah, it really, so coming back to the most important concepts for engagement and retention, you've talked about communication, you've talked about having the right culture and a team approach. What are some other things?
I think something that's overlooked sometimes is when we go in and start working with the team, we realize that we really need to be coaching that owner and the entrepreneur, because you know what entrepreneur gets into business to build a culture of engagement. I mean, they get into business because they're really good at a certain task or technical skill, and they want to build a business around that. So I think a great concept is for the leader of the company to know their strengths and to say, I'm really good at engaging my employees, or I need help in that department and I need to bring in a third party or put that onus on somebody within the company and support that role. So really for the leader to know their strengths, I think is a great tool.
Right. So with Pro Manager, you'll be doing training. And so I think you mentioned 14 different traits, and I'm sure that you've covered some of them. What are some of the other 14 that are part of the training?
Absolutely. So some of the ones that are just stick out in my mind that I think make the biggest difference is effective interviewing, managing change, coaching, progressive discipline, which is really protects a company legally.
Oh, from getting sued. And by progressive discipline is where first you talk with them, and then maybe you talk with them again, and then you put a letter in the file. And
absolutely. It's really taking the steps to do everything you can to retain them if they're going to be a good fit. And if not, then you know a point where you can say, okay, we've tried and it's just not a good fit. So we have all the documentation to prove why. So those are just a few of the 14, and it's actually been outlined with the American Management Institute that those 14 are what modules really produce a great supervisory level or manager if they know those foundational skills.
Awesome. Shelly, thanks so much for being here, and ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Thank you, Pete.
Yeah, good.